are the RTX 4090, the expensive melty boy. The latest in a long line of products that tech enthusiasts online seem to hate with every fiber of their being, follow in the footsteps of stuff like Windows 11, Windows 8, Windows Vista, and probably some other stuff that isn't from Microsoft. But while a lot of that is simply exaggerated for effect, I've never seen such genuine hatred before online like for the 4090, not only attacking the card, but attacking the greed and the company behind it, and even going as far as attacking people who buy it or even think about buying it. So yeah, it's been pretty insane. But is the hate justified? I mean, on the surface, yeah, obviously it's a $1,600 graphics card. But, of course, the world isn't that black and white, and let me play devil's advocate here and explain exactly why this product, well, isn't as bad as people say it is. Starting off with that price, $1,600. I mean, yeah, it's a lot, but people have paid more for that kind of performance before. After all, the RTX 3090 Ti cost $2,000, or stuff like a Titan RTX, which also had 24 gigs of VRAM, cost $2,500. Naturally, people who want or need that kind of performance, either for productivity or just to power the insane 4K monitors, would like any advantage they get. And for those kind of people, of course, that price will be worth it. But of course, we have to talk about a big boogeyman that's been talked about a lot recently, and that being inflation. Yes, I know it's very simple to explain every single instance of corporate greed with inflation, but I mean, it's definitely a factor at play here. In fact, the launch price of the RTX 3090 adjusted for inflation is actually higher than that of the 4090. Add that rising material and transportation costs, and well, you can see exactly how we ended up at $1,600. No, it's not just Nvidia greed. It's just mostly Nvidia greed. Again, I'm not saying that's a fantastic price, but hear me out here, guys. What if you don't have to buy it if you don't need that kind of performance? But speaking of performance, here's the thing. How can we define how much that kind of performance costs? Because after all, it is cheaper than the 3090 Ti when it launched, and it is faster than that card. In fact, it's even faster than some Titan and Quadro cards, which usually cost a lot more. So isn't this card technically a good deal then by comparison? And while that is in theory true, what I think is throwing many people off is just the fact that it is, well, a GeForce card, a card aimed at gamers. Now, most gamers don't have $1,600 laying about. The main argument I usually heard is that if people need that kind of performance, well, they can always just go for a Quadro instead, and these kind of products are not needed in the GeForce product stack. But then again, why not? For people who need that kind of performance, having that set performance for cheaper is always a bonus, especially in today's creator economy where more and more people are making awesome stuff online. They need this kind of horsepower, and not having to rely on expensive enterprise Quadro cards is a good thing. And sure, while the days of sub $1,000 flagships might be over for Nvidia, that doesn't mean that these are worse cards. They are still flagships, and they are much faster and better flagships, they just cost more. But that doesn't mean that they are done with $1,000 cards. And that's the other thing I think that people have been getting wrong about this entire situation, and that is the other options and competition. Like with most generations, companies like Nvidia like to release their flagships first, so they look as impressive as possible on the charts, and thus as impressive as possible to the investors. But if the price tag of $1,600 scares you off, then well, don't worry, there will be cheaper cards, you know. Nvidia isn't going, hey, you want to upgrade? Yeah, $1,600 or go home. So no worry, Nvidia isn't leaving behind gamers on a bit more of a budget. They just simply have to wait a bit longer. But here's the thing, you can just grab a 30 series card, you know, like they're becoming pretty cheap nowadays, so you don't have to wait, because guess what? A brand new generation doesn't invalidate your old product. So that leaves the 4090 just standing there doing its own thing. Is it expensive? Yes. But does it perform well? Well, yeah. And you can't really put a price on the kind of performance it delivers. Obviously, we would have all wanted it to be cheaper, and in a perfect world, well, it probably would be. But, well, we live far, far from a perfect world. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I can't wait to see the discussions around this one. And if you don't hate me too much yet, then why not check out our Patreon, which is down in the video description below, because even one single dollar a month truly goes a long way in helping us maintain this channel, while you get awesome perks as well. I'd also like to thank my existing patrons, Gavin Burns, Ryan, LKB, Justin Rage, Ella Vroniak, Miles Welcome, Max Sumner, Shane Allcroft, Lansby, and Jesse Herdman. Thank you guys so much, support truly goes a long way. down you can find our merch store, our Discord server, and our social media links as well. But anyway, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember, subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in the video I make next. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.